Let's do it, dude.
The Wrestling Watch Along 3000. Penny, you got to quit barking. I'm going to kick you out again. You going to let him out? Okay. What we're watching tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is a match. It is from PWG, May 13th of 2005. Thank you, Knox's Wrestling Archive on YouTube. No free shout-outs. So this is Super Dragon versus Excalibur from PWG in 2005. The match starts at 4:15 is what he says. So I'm going to skip through a big chunk of the promo and everything and him beating this guy up. So, all right.
So my former broadcast partner, you know, I hate to say former. I mean, it's like I would have to say almost former friend at this point. Excalibur is turned on our SBS member, the founding member of SBS, Super Dragon.
Super Dragon, the founding member.
Super Dragon.
Oh.
Excalibur and myself.
Look how small Excalibur looks.
I
know you're very emotional.
Oh yeah, he was super
I
tiny.
mean, the facts don't matter at this point. I mean, but I'll tell you,
The facts do matter because look what the end result is right now.
I'm floored by this. And now Excalibur. But this is incredible. The mastermind behind the Super
So obviously
Dragon
you
2.
had no idea what was going on.
None whatsoever.
So that's what
Excalibur.
kind of brain that he has.
Excalibur moved from Los Angeles to Philadelphia.
Right.
And
How the Tag Force really started, if I remember correctly.
that's right.
The matching gear. I think they should have done separate gear.
Talking to people, but obviously this.
I don't know much about the story really at all.
They were a tag team.
Well, I knew they were a tag team, but if the turn had already happened, and they knew it was coming, one of them should have had different gear.
Yeah.
I think they should have made it a point to get some different gear.
Excalibur showing his frustration, actually punching me after a match, and I was.
They kind of look like,
maybe
I guess I can say his name, the wrestler Suicide in TNA. Excalibur kind of looks like him.
Yeah, the mask that he has is very similar to the what's the new name for it? Manic.
Manic. There you go. I couldn't remember his new name. And I always feel weird when I say his old TNA name because now it's like there's 13 reasons why I shouldn't say that word.
Nice.
See what I did there?
I love it. Topical.
Yes. In professional wrestling, run. Look at this. Super. Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Flipping and actually kicking Excalibur. But like I was saying, how can
That's a clip. I'm gonna put that on TikTok.
Actually,
13 reasons why I should say his name.
No one said that we'd get past our first show. No one said that that we would last a year. All of a sudden, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla got bigger and bigger and lasted for 2 years. We're going on our 2-year anniversary.
2-year anniversary. Boys, your company's 23 years old now. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Someone else is pulling the weight. And Super Dragon.
And as soon as Super Dragon's old lady is better, happy and healthy,
Yeah.
because fuck cancer, they've said they'll come back.
Oh, absolutely.
But they said her health is more important than anything, and 1,000% we all know here.
Yeah.
Because the fans are going to want to know.
Yeah.
That is very, very admirable of him to focus on her health and the company. That's
Oh, 1,000%. Let's get through that battle before we do anything else.
Uh-huh.
And again, from my perspective, speaking freely from where I've been, like your life shuts down.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not easy. And for him, that's the most admirable thing a partner could do is just,
Yeah, definitely.
They're just going all over the arena, beating the absolute shit out of each other, and I'm kind of here for it.
Oh yeah, dude. This is a Super Dragon special. I'm
They
just gonna take
haven't-
him.
They haven't wrestled at all. They're just hitting each other with chairs and beating the shit out of each other.
Oh yeah,
Just any kind of match, a guerrilla warfare match.
there hasn't been a hold, no wrist locks, nothing. Just I'm gonna brain you in the head with a chair.
And I'm sorry if I'm
The caveman ECW mark in me is making the caveman ECW mark in me is very happy.
and the jealousy would come.
There you go. Tying it into the conversation, Husk. If ECW had stuck around, would we have gotten PWG in 2002? Ooh, 2003.
That's a good question.
Super Dragon, Excalibur, like all of these guys who went out to California, like would they have ended up on the East Coast instead?
I mean, they did mention that Excalibur moved from the West Coast to Philadelphia.
The Young Bucks were already hanging out with Chris Canyon. You
They
know
would
what I
have
mean?
They would have immediately. There would have been no. I mean, they probably would have done the Gen Me thing, but it would have been in WCW.
You know, that ladder has to come
I-
out. Maybe
I have
Excalibur's
a-
head's
I
come
have
up.
one
And
that's
now,
like a recent
could this be the
one.
What's
curb
that?
stomp with the ladder? I've
This might be
never
too soon.
seen anything like this. And like I said, for
If-
my two best friends to be in that ring doing this to each other.
If
it really saddens
Jay
me.
Briscoe was still alive,
If Jay Briscoe was still alive and the car wreck never happened, the Briscoes would be the AEW Tag Champions at least one time.
And now the chair
And I think that they would probably be one of the top.
Just pin him, please.
They would have another three-peat with FTR under their belt.
Yep.
I don't think they'd be on AEW TV because they couldn't be on AEW TV because of Jay.
I think they would have gotten around it. Warner Brothers was already warming up because they were already showing promos and stuff. I think it was just one of those gone too soon moments. If Jay had stuck around, unfortunately, you know what I mean? If the car wreck had never happened, I think Jay would have been on AEW TV within the year. And now, 2 years later, they would easily be the top tag team in that company, competing with the Bucks, competing with FTR. As much as it would suck to say Private Party would not be in the position they're in if the Briscoes were still around.
True.
The Acclaimed, maybe not even the Acclaimed, because if they had another powerful tag team in that spot, somebody from that mid to upper card tag team division would have been eliminated. The Acclaimed would have probably stuck around. It would have been Private Party, Dante Martin and his brother. What are they?
Top Flights.
Top Flight.
Excalibur, who, much like myself,
That's a good one, Al. Like super recent.
Yeah.
Another one for me is as Super Dragon and Excalibur just continue with unprotected headshots. What's up, Cam?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Hey.
What if Owen had never went to the catwalk? What if he had never went up to the pillars and he had never gotten into the harness and lowered down? Do we think Owen's career would have surpassed his brother's? Do we think Owen would have the better career of the Hearts if we hadn't lost him in 98?
Oh, yeah.
99.
Put on a good show.
Oh, yeah.
We want the fans to appreciate.
Owen Hart would have been
our
world
talent.
champion.
We haven't put ourselves
Multiple-time world champion.
But Excalibur,
I also think so.
obviously so.
He would have been a multiple-time world champion. He would have retired by the time he was 35, like you said.
Close quarters, you know, I heard
Agreed.
the rumors that that was in the case, but I never thought that it would go sideways like this. Referee Rick
I'm
Knox-
looking at the stream knowing I'm sharing YouTube, but when I looked at the Twitch chat, it said stop sharing, and I panicked and was like, am I sharing the Twitch chat instead of the Super Crazy match? But I'm watching the match in StreamYard. It's one of those Will Gray moments where I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Oh
Did I
no, we
share
lost
the wrong
everything.
screen? What else do you guys see?
We lost it all. Fuck.
Everything's gone.
Everything's
Anarchy.
So far, he's the bull of the woods when it comes to the guerrilla
He
warfare
has to be,
matches.
and it's these.
We've had lots of new followers over the last few days. Thank you, Miss Clea, Aaron, Main Event King Jody, the Omega 5150, Blitzfully, Gus the Renegade, and another Aaron. We appreciate all the new followers over the next few days. We've also had 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 subscriptions in the last week. We appreciate all that. Love you guys.
Hell yeah, dude. Keep it.
Tons of support, tons of followers. We just love all the support. We love the shit out of y'all. Maybe it depends on what Vince saw in Owen. That's a good point too. Depends on what Vince saw in Owen.
That is true. That is true.
Because he did make him go back to that stupid ass blue blazer gimmick, which was my least favorite gimmick.
Oh yeah.
Look at
So-
Excalibur doing fucking wrestling moves, juju armies and shit.
Juju armies and shit.
Fucking super dragons over here like, damn it. Unprotected chair shot to the back of the head, bro. Like, what the fuck?
See, this was pre CTE, brother. We didn't know no better.
CTE wasn't around yet.
CTE wasn't invented yet.
Uh-huh. God damn, dude, he just whacked the shit out of him.
Dude, like these early PWG shows, they legitimately had like no regard for themselves whatsoever. People were just getting straight up dumped on their heads. Fucking, I'm pretty sure in the same show, Kevin Steen killed somebody with a package pile driver off the fucking top rope.
I watched him go off the top rope to the outside through a ladder in a package pile driver against Jericho, dude. Like, they would do whatever they wanted. Like, the producers of their matches had to have been like, yeah, brother, go out there and do whatever you want. Fuck it. Look at this senton.
He got some hot.
Yeah, he did. What?
Punk never left.
The first time?
Yeah.
I mean, he would be a Hall of Famer. He'd probably be working backstage at this point.
Yeah.
Do you think that he would have fizzled out though?
No.
I don't think he would have fizzled out. I think he would have got out a couple years ago and he'd be in that like Petey Williams Abyss role.
He might even be Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, he might be
He had
on
never
NXT.
left.
Do you think that like I feel like 80% of his hype is because he left and went to the WWE?
We have funny names for our signature moves.
Like if he didn't sit down and go on that fucking rant, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's what made him.
We've been up late nights.
Definitely in the WWE.
Pipe
guys,
bomb
yeah.
promo.
Yeah, I mean like he was a world champion or whatever, but like still have a lot of people that didn't have like amazing fucking careers.
Chair shot.
Right.
And that has to be it. Please be it.
What's up, Just? To catch you up, we're talking about wrestling what ifs, and we are watching a 2005 match between Excalibur and Super Dragon from PWG. So drop your favorite wrestling what if. Some of the one we did, what if Vince hadn't bought WCW and it was Bischoff or Jericho. Husky, what was yours?
Mine was what if Roman Reigns never joined the Shield? If it was still Chris Hero?
What if the Von Erichs weren't cursed?
Yeah.
Yeah, what if Von Erichs weren't cursed? What if ECW stuck around as the third brand? I've got one that kind of ties into the whole like Owen Hart thing. What if we never lost Eddie Guerrero?
Ooh, Eddie would 1000% be. He would have been a mainstay top player through the rest of his career, and he would be one of those guys where we may be saying, and I've said this on air in WCW, the only reason people say Rey Mysterio is the greatest luchador to ever live is because we lost Eddie Guerrero.
God, let this be over.
Because if Eddie had stuck around, I very much think people would say Eddie was the greatest luchador to ever do it. We just lost so much of his career potential, and Ray got to do so much after the fact. If we had never lost Eddie and he had stuck around, in my opinion, Eddie would 1000% be, and rightfully so, has some claim to being the greatest luchador to ever do it.
That ladder.
You didn't bring up your Voldemort.
It is crushed. It is mangled.
What if Benoit never started using the headbutt and had never done so much unnecessary damage to his brain, and he was able to stay healthy longer? And obviously what happened didn't happen and stuff like that. Like that's another big one that was in my brain. Like
yeah, I think with Eddie Guerrero not passing, I think we don't get the Benoit tragedy.
And now,
Yeah.
Dragon suplex.
100%.
No
I
bridge.
think
He's gonna take
I think
over.
Chris would have kept doing everything that he did. Those two would have probably
Please be it. 1, 2.
retired around the same time, and they'd both be in the Hall of Fame. And I think Chris and Eddie would both be working for WWE still in some form of capacity.
100%. I think those two are more tied together than we want to give some credit to. You know what I mean? Because they were best friends.
Oh yeah,
The same way with Ray. You know what I mean? And like, that's no disrespect to Ray, because I just posted on Blue Sky the other day that if I were to take the 3 careers of any 3 wrestlers, and that was the only wrestling I could watch, who would it be? And it was Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, and Rey Mysterio. You know what I mean? I think Rey Mysterio is the best wrestler to ever wear a mask. I think
I'd have to agree with you on that.
I think at the end of the day, he will be known as the greatest luchador. If we had gotten 20 more years of Eddie Guerrero, though, I think Eddie would have easily secured that spot, because, like I said, there are still people to this day who will tell you that Eddie's the greatest luchador to ever do it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know,
I think the debate would be even more heated if Eddie was still around.
Text me, and text me what you're gonna say, and if I think it's okay, I'll read it, Scals, and I'll just not say it's from you.
Just not say it's from you.
This one's from Anonymous Fan 420.
Just got a call on the bat phone here.
Anonymous Fan 420 says, what about all the great things that he did in wrestling? No, fuck Terry.
Fuck Terry.
A lot of abuse. The guerrilla warfare is the most dangerous match in pro wrestling.
Oh, I just thought of an interesting one. What if Brock Lesnar never came back in 2014?
Oh, that is a good one. That would have been. Was that the year he took the Money in the Bank from Mustafa Ali?
No, that was the year he came out and like killed John Cena in the middle of the ring.
Oh yeah, no, I'm way off on my timeline. But yes, I remember that one too. Okay, so let me ask you that one then, Huss. What if Mustafa Ali won the Money in the Bank that year?
This is amazing.
And we got him on a Money in the Bank run as a potential world champion? Or do you think Mustafa Ali would have won a world title if he had gotten that push?
I genuinely think they would have put the belt on this Ali. Because I think they would have gone through, because if he hadn't got hurt, we wouldn't have got Kofi Mania. So I think if he wouldn't have got hurt, I think he would have been the one to beat Bryan Danielson.
Oh, what the fuck was that, dude?
The Psycho Driver, brother.
I think he probably would have won, but then he wouldn't have got Brock with the Boombox. See, that's what I was going to say. Boombox Brock is my second favorite Brock Lesnar besides Cowboy Brock.
Cowboy Brock and Boombox Brock are amazing.
Because they're equal in a sense that they really don't give a shit. They're just here to wrestle and beat people up. They're not trying to play a character of any sort.
Yeah, except like with Cowboy Brock, people were like into it. Because it was like the first like babyface Brock run in like since like what 2002 or whatever.
His initial run. What freaky ass shit are we watching? This is Super Dragon versus Excalibur PWG in 2005. Quan. The people were like, he can talk.
He can talk. Holy shit, he can talk. Look at him.
Oh fuck, he can talk.
And here is where Excalibur dies.
This is where all of his
3,
nonsense started.
2, 1.
He moved. It looked like he ate it though, honestly. That was good timing. Okay, this is what we were talking about last night. He jumped up in the air and just let the clothesline slip it. You know what I mean? Like, that was perfect. Oh, die! You go to hell and you die. Will, I sent it on Discord. Copy that. Let me proofread this.
all the time.
Drag that long time repair too.
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
I tell you
What if they had done a little bit of deep diving and it wasn't just an open door, like an open close case, and they looked through the evidence and did some searching and they found out Sullivan was actually behind it. R.I.P. Kevin Sullivan. No disrespect. But what if we found out Kevin Sullivan was actually behind it? Because he is the king of the tinfoil hat in that situation.
Yes.
Al, we have one. We heard it from the horse's mouth, as they say. Like he was making a joke, but you know what they say, 50% of a joke is truth, right? Or whatever the saying is.
There's always some truth. There's always some truth in a joke.
Exactly. He said he had a secret before he died. Honestly, I'll just say it. What me and Al heard from his mouth were the words, "I wanted to be a preacher, but they won't let you take the cloth if you've admitted to killing somebody." He said he was joking, but again, even in jokes, there's still a little truth.
It's Kevin Steen. It's Mr. Russell.
Young Kevin Steen.
The fans love it. And
It's Piledriver.
It's Piledriver.
Look at little baby Steen. It's a little baby Steen. He was our age. He was 20. Now,
First of all,
think about what we were doing in 2005.
oh, okay. I thought you meant now.
Yeah, he's around our age range.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah,
He's got to be like 23, maybe 24 tops here.
that's what I'm thinking. He's not much older. I think he's about our age, if not a little bit older. I'll check right now.
Yeah, I think he's early 40s. I think he's like 41.
Super Dragon were monumental.
Yeah, he's not that much older than me. I know that.
Kevin Steen is 40. He was born May 7th, 1984.
Oh, okay, yeah, so he's like a year and a half older than me. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so he's slightly over a year older than me. Yeah.
In 2005, he's barely 21.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many things.
This is May, so he's still 20. Yeah. Yeah, he was about to have his 21st birthday in July, right after this match.
No, oh God, could it be the Tiger Driver?
This is fucked.
Oh my God, no.
Oh, the table buckled.
Holy shit! And baby Jesus.
I've seen that clip numerous times.
Oh, and thankfully it is. Excalibur has won it. And
This is 5/13/05.
This match is almost 20 years old.
Yeah.
Crazy. I was randomly like baked and messing around on the internet, just like looking up random wrestling stuff, and I found Excalibur without his mask. He looks like every IT dude I've ever worked with.
Who is that?
Shima.
Oh, yeah. They're just beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Excalibur still doesn't look, and I respectfully, he doesn't look like a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
He could. He obviously showed he has some wrestling capabilities. The man can work. I'm not saying he's not a good pro wrestler.
It's just the fact that he like body type wise.
The body type doesn't scream pro wrestler to me. Kevin Steen also in 2005 did not look like a pro wrestler, though. He looks like a high school student wearing a leotard.
I'm gonna say he's also a child.
All right, guys, that was it. PWG 2005. Husky, I appreciate you standing in for Bo and doing the things.
Anytime, man.
Plug yourself. Tell us what's new and exciting with Queen's Court and everything you got going on in your music world. Tell everybody where to find it.
All right. You can find me on Instagram at The Husky Roads. You can find me on Blue Sky at The Husky Roads. I keep forgetting that that's an app, so I need to use that. Queen's Court on World Championship Wreckage. Myself, the Tribal Queen Bree Stout, and the Wrestling Encyclopedia Mike Duplessis. Whenever Raw gets put back fully on Netflix, when all the stuff gets put on there, we're going to start recording again. Music stuff. I make electronic stuff under the name Dormir. I'm working on some new stuff for that. I have a band called Widow River. We'll be recording soon. Got our first show coming up in a few months. So doing all that shit. And you can catch me being one of the people on the bench here at Rivet City Radio as well. But yeah, that's about all I've got nowadays. Thank you guys again for having me. It's always fun over here on Botch Spots. So
I love you, brother. I appreciate you standing in and coming over. Al, what's new and exciting?
So I set up Lemonade, I guess.
So you're going to start making TikToks on another app?
That's getting canned too.
Is it? I didn't think it was.
It's owned by the same company.
Right, but they're only the ban is specifically for the TikTok app.
Oh, so it's just for that. Okay. All right.
So I'm the boss bitch on the Lemon app. Just a Girl 918. Everywhere else. I'm gonna make a lot of people mad this week.
The unboxing.
My final TikTok unboxing, as you will.
It's gonna hurt me.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
It is gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt me physically.
For the people that hang out.
Oh.
It's a chase.
Paul Bear.
It's a chase.
Behind the scenes. It's coming.
A Chase Percy. Oh.
Blue suit too.
Oh.
Blue suit Percy Pringle. Oh yes.
So the Brothers of Destruction are gonna help me open his box.
Oh God. Oh no.
Just stay tuned. Everyone else, remember to follow us everywhere you do anything on the internet, like follow, subscribe, unsubscribe, and subscribe again. There are a couple links in the description. First and foremost is one for Discord. That is a direct link to all the host, producers, content creators, and minds behind Botch Spots and Share Shots, Nerdy News at 420, Rivet City Radio, and Off the Top Media. There's another link right below it. That is your merch link. That takes you to my Spreadshirt. That is a direct link to your Botch Spots and Share Shots merch, the hats, the fanny packs, the boxers with Bo's face on it, all things and all the places. Husky, Al, you got anything for the class before I talk real fast?
No.
We are working on rebuilding all of the merch. Thank you, Scals. But now, as we close another episode of Botch Spots and Share Shots, I want to take a minute. Thank you for listening. Remind you to go wherever you do anything on the internet, like, follow, subscribe, unsubscribe, then subscribe again. Leave a comment, tell me how great I am or how terrible I sound. Either way, it helps the algorithm and it helps find new listeners. If you're feeling really generous to be one of the VIP people, head to patreon.com and donate to the Rivet City Radio Podcast Network, even though it's not real anymore. You get some fantastic swag. We get some fantastic guests. It's a win-win. I promise. I'll figure out some way to replace Patreon soon, people. For every dog eastern of the Mississippi, for Husky Roads, for the Boss Bitch Al, I am the Will Gray. Thanks for stopping by and listening, my people.
Bye. Shut the fuck up, baby.